event. The Honorable Chief Minister, Honorable Dr. David Monina Senge, Honorable Minister, Ministry of Social Welfare. We are gathered here this morning to commemorate the International Day of Persons with Disability. Our global team resonates powerfully, united in action to rescue and achieve a sustainable development goals for and with persons with disability. Today, we unite not only in words but in purpose to recognize the integral role persons with disability play in the pursuit of a sustainable future. In our localized context, let us re-echo this commitment by bringing along persons with disability in the implementation of the Big Five game changers, by actively involving them and ensuring that our efforts of inclusively leaving no one behind is achieved. This is not a mere celebration but a call to action, a pledge to forge a society where every individual, regardless of ability, can thrive. Sierra Leone stand in the forefront of this mission. Together, let us champion inclusivity, dismantle barriers, stigma, discrimination, and work towards a future where the aspiration of every person with disability are not just acknowledged but fully realized. As we embrace this journey, today, let us together transform the theme into a reality for us all. As I conclude, I want to leave us with this. Like I always say, the voice of persons with disability, the voice of persons with disability, Thank you very much, Mr. Salituye and Ms. Magassi for the Blind School Choir. So now we come to statement, solidarity statement, and we want to call Dr. Vandy Kone from the National Consortium of Persons with Disability. Dr. Vandy Kone, please let's clap for him. Give honor to whom honor is due. Please let's clap for him. Dr. Vandy Kone.
The most outstanding child. Today, I'm proud to see our cheerleader vibrating before us all. That shows the success we have made. From so many years ago, today she is our chairperson. We shall continue to grow. Madam Chairperson, Cabinet Ministers, Minister of International, members from the international community, the United Nations family, distinguished ladies and gentlemen on the other side, my own very good friends, brothers and sisters in the struggle of disabilities. I stand on all existing protocols and activate anyone that is sleeping. My responsibility here today is strategic in the sense that I'm going to present position paper to the government of the Republic of Sierra Leone, to His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Brigadier Retired Dr. Julius, through the Minister of Social. Seems this one is more better than the one you gave me. Through the Minister of Social Welfare and also to the United Nations country team. The position paper here today that I am presenting on behalf of Organization of Persons with Disabilities and individuals with disabilities. We started a consultation since last year in Bo when we held our summit like this. Yeah, we got several discussions and that meeting surrounded the provision of this position paper for the attention of the government, the United Nations, and every one of us here today as a nation. His Excellency, represented by the Cabinet Ministers here, on this date, 3rd December, Community of Persons with Disabilities, we present to you this resolution, the Freetown Resolution 2023, at this National Disability Summit, which is part of the commemoration of the International Day of Persons with Disabilities, 3rd December. Bo and Freetown, we focus on the international theme, Unite in Action to Rescue and Achieve the Sustainable Development Goals for and with persons with disabilities, which we have localized it to employability and economic justice for the fulfillment of the 5 big changes for persons with disabilities. Madam Chairperson, on behalf of persons with disabilities, on my own behalf, I hereby present this position paper with the following demand that 1, we appreciate and recognize every effort put in place by the government and partners towards the empowerment and equality of persons with disabilities in Sierra Leone. 2, that the government of the Republic of Sierra Leone, His Excellency, the President, take immediate action to reconstitute the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities with more productive leadership and provide the necessary technical, financial, and logistical support for its effective and efficient functioning so as to enable it to achieve the aims and objectives to seek the general welfare of persons with disabilities, provided for in short title of the Persons with Disabilities Act, the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities, the United Nations Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, the Persons with Disabilities Act. 3, that you strengthen the capacity of the Ministry of Social Welfare through the provision of resources constitutes to develop their efficiency to care for the vulnerable population. That you fast track the ongoing process of reviewing the Persons with Disabilities Act 2011 to strengthen service delivery and advance the inclusion of persons with disabilities and national development process. That you consider and acknowledge the National Consortium for the Enhancement of Persons with Disabilities, which constitute both state and non-state actors, including Organization of Persons with Disabilities, as the national technical and program implementation and coordination mechanism. This acknowledgement should be factored in the ongoing Persons with Disability Act review. That you develop a comprehensive national disability policy to facilitate and guide the implementation of the relevant legal instrument on disabilities rights. That you consider awarding free will disability ambassadorial status to deserving citizens and friends as appropriate recognitions and appreciation for their hard work towards the development of persons with disability. That you urge the Political Parties Registration Commission, PPRC, to encourage various political parties to integrate persons with disabilities in their respective political parties structures. Madam Chairperson, this particular portion is strategic in the sense that we can all agree that the current political system has deliberately ostracized persons with disabilities. They are found nowhere in governance system. In my governance study, they told me that we have three arms of government. That's the judiciary, the legislative, and the executive. It will be interesting to know that there is no persons with disability at the moment. I'm not talking about within the couple of times to come, but as it is as of first time, there is no one with disabilities. Unfortunately, I'm regrettably very disappointed that we find within the arms of government. We can understand with the judiciary because it's a professional angle, though we can see persons with disabilities as senior lawyers who need to be recognized to be magistrates or judges. But the other two, it needs a deliberate action to be inclusive. And now, let disability inclusion be demonstrated strongly and grow more and more for the development of our country. The voice of persons with disabilities, the voice of persons with disabilities, on behalf of persons with disabilities, as organizations and as individuals, hereby present this position paper to Madam Minister for the attention of the President and the Government of the Republic of Sierra Leone and the United Nations.
Representative from the National Health Coalition, but please, and for appeal, let we take time into consideration. Time not to be friend. We get so many speakers there. Yes. We get so many speakers there. So we will call a representative from the Mental Health Coalition. Remember, Minister Bissell, we don't forget a panel discussion, right? Hello? Minister Bissell forget a panel discussion, eh? And the first panel discussion, now the Deputy Minister of Social Welfare, now get for moderator. The second panel discussion, now the Presidential Advisor to President on Social Welfare and Inclusion. That Leone Alafi go show me in name. Now Alafi, so on this note, call on representative from the Mental Health Coalition for can give statement 3 minutes, please. Now take conscious of time. Thank you.
Honorable Minister of Social Welfare, Madam Chair, please permit me to stand on all existing protocols. The Mental Health Coalition. Hello? The Mental Health Coalition is happy to collaborate with the government through the Ministry of Social Welfare to commemorate the International Day of Persons with Disability. Through this event, in which their capacity and abilities are showcased in an exhibition. The Mental Health Coalition was formed in 2011, and we existed for advocating for the rights and dignity of people with mental illness. We also advocate for increased investment in mental health in the country. Today, we have included all other forms of disability in our intervention. The coalition has been funded by the Christopher Blind Mission and OSIWA to carry out two important projects. Two projects that we think is strategical in helping people with disabilities live their full potential. One of the such projects is the participation and inclusion at local community development level of people living with disability. This program targets accessibility and inclusivity in school education. It looks at making schools accessible, making learning appropriate with various assistive devices. Beyond that, it also looks at inclusive training in CVET, in which the ability of people with disability are equipped or are enhanced to be able to contribute to society and generate their own income, thus enhancing their dignity in society. After the inclusive education at primary and textbook level, the project also looked at employment. How people with disabilities, so trained and educated, can be able to gain employment, either by creating it themselves or by advocacy to other stakeholders to give some more priority to engaging them in employment. OSIWA has funded the coalition in the area of livelihood, in which a livelihood center is supposed to be put up to train people with disability to enhance their capacity to be able to generate their own income and contribute meaningfully to society. As a coalition, we are happy to be here and to help promote the cause of people with disabilities and to get them placed again in society, giving back to them the dignity that was snatched away from them when they suffered from disability. We want to, at this point, congratulate all of us here, starting with our brothers and sisters with disability. We want to congratulate all other institutions working alongside to enhance the lives of people with disability. But last and not the least, we want to congratulate the Ministry of Social Welfare for taking this venture in commemorating this International Day of people with disability. We want to ensure, or we want to say that we wish you all the best in this program and pray that we will not go back empty, but we will go back not only with the knowledge, but with the attitude, skill, and will to promote people with disability. Thank you.
Having said that, I'll now call on our able minister, Ministry of Social Welfare, a very passionate woman that wants to see every person with disability live a dignified life. Honorable Melrose Committee to declare the purpose. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you very much, our able chair. Isn't that wonderful? It is wonderful. Now you see inclusion starts right here because our chairperson for the occasion is one of us, right? Good. Madam Chair, our distinguished chair, we are honored to have you as our chair. The Honorable Chief Minister, the proponent of inclusivity, he has been driving this ever since. Colleague ministers present here, members of the Diplomatic and Consular Corps, the United Nations country team, local and international organizations on disability, the National Commission of Persons with Disability, and the National Consortium for the Enhancement of Persons with Disability, representatives of civil society organizations, organizations of persons with disability, staff of the Ministry of Social Welfare, and representatives of all ministries, departments, and agencies. Members of the First Estate, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, my persons with disability, good morning. Good. The voice of the disabled must be heard. The presence of the disabled must be heard. And the rights of the disabled must be observed. I am adding this one. The rights of the disabled must be observed. Good. Because your issues are human rights issues. So indeed, hearing the voice of the disabled and feeling their presence are both critical imperatives and building blocks for a Sierra Leone that is inclusive. The domestication of the United Nations Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disability in the form of the Persons with Disability Act of 2011 is a practical manifestation of our commitment to building a Sierra Leone that leaves no one behind, as provided for in the Agenda for Sustainable Development. That primary national legislation on disability remains a vital source of opportunity and dignity, as well as defense against stigma, discrimination, exclusion, and a path to independence, participation, inclusion, and self-actualization for persons with disability. Today, we are joining the rest of the world in commemorating the International Day for Persons with Disability. There is a growing need to call upon all duty bearers to renew and reaffirm our commitment and promise of dignity, equity, and respect for all persons with disability. Madam Chair, Chief Minister, my persons with disability, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the commemoration for this year's International Day of Persons with Disability heralds the dawn of a new era in the Ministry of Social Welfare, one that has placed enormous premium on disability in ongoing processes of developing its 5 years strategic plan, 2024 to 2028. That is your plan coming up. It is important to know that the annual observance of this day aims to promote an understanding of disability issues as well as raise awareness on the situation of persons with disability in all aspects of political, social, economic, and cultural life, as well as recognize their immense contribution to their respective societies. Therefore, their contribution and participation in all aspects of society is not just a matter of human rights, but a strategic imperative for achieving social, economic development, including the Sustainable Development Goal and the 5 big changes of His Excellency the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, retired Brigadier Dr. Julius Maada Bio. Madam Chair, our Honorable Chief Minister, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please permit me to state that a unique feature of this year's commemoration of the International Day of Persons with Disability is the launch of an advocacy drive on inclusion at all levels. It is against that backdrop that various institutions have been earmarked to make precise presentations today at our panel discussion session on measures adopted by their institution or to be adopted by their institution to promote inclusive education, inclusive health, inclusive employment, and inclusive infrastructure in their operations. These presentations, which will be made later this afternoon, will serve as a fundamental strategy for the acceleration of disability inclusivity process and systems in our beloved Sierra Leone. An impact assessment committee has already been set up that will take stock of progress recorded in each of the identified thematic areas of inclusion. Today's commemoration will also feature an exhibition of various talents of persons with disabilities to demonstrate that disability is not inability. Even though they are disabled, they are able, adequately able. So for us, we can see the booths now. They are going to be displaying their talents there, and some of them, you will hear them as they do music or any area of their talents. So as we commemorate this day, I am calling upon Sierra Leone society to celebrate our persons with disability. You can choose to donate to a disabled charity or strengthen your disability-friendly policies. You can also improve accessibility and assess your employees' diversity. You can also employ a person with disability or make a public statement of support, and so on and so forth. To conclude, Madam Chair, Honorable Chief Minister, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, while Sierra Leone has made remarkable achievements in promoting and protecting the rights of persons with disability, with dignity and their well-being, we still recognize that the road to mainstreaming disability is yet bumpy and rugged. On this note, I would like to appeal, a special appeal, to all of us for the required financial, material, and technical support in building a disability-inclusive Sierra Leone. We would like to call on all actors to redouble our efforts to realize the essence of this commemoration and to map out practical measures and strategies to make inclusion critical, imperative in their operations. Let us be united in action to rescue and achieve the Sustainable Development Goals and other development frameworks for and with persons with disability, in line with the theme of this year's commemoration. With these remarks, let me warmly welcome every one of us, and in particular our Chief Minister, who has, in his busy schedule, decided to bless us with his presence. We want to thank you all for coming, and I want to reiterate, the voice of the disabled, the presence of disabled, and the rights of disabled must be observed. I thank you. Pleased to receive it from you. This speaks to what you people want us as a government or duty bearers to take into cognizance. This is what una don't write. Una want for the government and the Soriat people them for look into them for address una needs them. Not so? Yes, so una be assured say as una Minister of Social Welfare, I will take this to His Excellency the President and the Chief Minister and the Vice President and the First Lady, and we all in governance, the ministers there, the deputy ministers, and everybody in this country will need for contribute for address una issue there. Yeah? I want to quickly recognize the presence of some people that are here, where the ministers of government will come for support una for this program, because una know say in governance una very, very important. So the minister then get a whole role for play. There are other individuals, NGOs, civil society. That one and day, Mr. Kabia will also continue to recognize them. But I want to recognize the presence of the Minister of Works and Public Assets. Una nobody accessibility, eh? Now the minister this year, Minister of Public Works, Miss Dr. Sandy Ideya. Una clap for her. He ready for make sure say all the places that we una need for go, we una not go straight. He ready for make sure say he make her accessible. So now clap for her. We also recognize the presence of the Honorable Deputy Minister of Education and Basic Education, Madam Mamusu Kome Masakoi, in Denaya, for represent the Ministry of Education, because we know say we want for land book, not also, so in presence also there. We also recognize the presence of the Deputy Minister of Transport and Aviation, Mr. Rex Bonafa, Honorable Rex Bonafa, Idenaya. Motocar they don't begin camp, so therefore make them disability friendly, not so. We are clap for our instead Idenaya. We also get the Honorable Deputy Minister of Labor and Social Security. Instead for able to make sure say we get work, not so. So the presence there is very important. We are not clap for them. We get also I want for we get one party.
Thank you so much, Deputy Minister. You know wonderful. Me not today I don't know say they discriminate me at me working place. I get rights for complaint. We're not happy for that. We don't know say now we get rights to employment. With disability not for limits we, as long as we are qualified we forget the job. We're not happy. But now I'm for call on the Minister of Works and Public Assets. Minister of Works and Public Assets for can give we a statement. As we come to the closing of the openings. 3 minutes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. The Minister of Social Welfare, my colleagues over there, the Deputy Ministers them, the international bodies them, of course, the same people who go on a day today, on a good afternoon. We are the talking that we are big. We were very, very short. The ministry today for all physical structures in this country in terms of then construction. So what I was saying there, now that since we're in the 21st century and we all strive very hard to make our lives better, we don't decide say for any future construction in this country, whether a government building or the host way the build or even lift, they forget anything we will enhance on our free movement and ease. So the government get them staircase them and then lift them. You building the lift will make them inshallah by mid-January. When I say we go and ride. So me a small assurance now is that the end of the day, we're so happy for the year. We will continue for support now. Yeah? So all structures that they have from Community College, when they get for construct, make sure that when they put down a thing, we will make the right properly. Yeah? Secondly, as Minister, I want to assure you again that yes, people that don't canal, they say things are not easy. But we believe say with hard work and determination, the Almighty God will make it easy for us. So I want to say thanks very much to the World Bank man. We say they get money for now, and when the minister say it will try for access that money day. So all future assessment of those monies that day, we say we will try for put a day, so that we self will ensure that when I really get to what you deserve. Yeah. So make the Almighty God bless you today. Make you enjoy your day today. Make you eat well today. Make you drink well today, and make you die well today. Yeah. Thank you very much.
This junction with the call back with Mommy, the Honorable Minister of Social Welfare, for letting come and lead the delegation there, for going at the different exhibition booths there, and at their appeal. When we go at them, but they do a little patronize with them. They don't take their time, their skills, their effort, their talent. They don't design fine things there. Do a little patronize as we call on with Mommy. We go lead the delegation. While Ghana they go on, the National Disability Artists Union but they go on with their performance. Yes,
thank you very much, Unalo, the chairperson. Isn't that wonderful? Good. They don't do extremely well. So this is now how they showcase the talents of persons with disability. Let's say disability, not of inability. People they can even do more than people the way fix say they're able. Disabled people are people with focus. Now we chairperson don't display so. So at this juncture, what they can do now that we were then so and some of the dignitaries there yonder, they can join me for now we go around the booth, for now we see waiting the people that don't display today and talent them. And with a request that every one of you will need for pick up something there, will allow pick up something because now way down there for sure we appreciate their efforts. And also as down there they go on, they go here from the chair, will they also get the service, then they begin serve food to Una. So also will they get the artists then for begin entertain with. After we done all of that, we come to the climax of the program now, when the panel discussion. I not want for them to go. This panel discussion is very, very important. Now the time this, where would they can hear it from organizations, ministries, department, agencies, whether they can tell we about what they don't put in place for support persons with disability. We need for hearing from them because waiting they happen right now, we they get a task force where they record waiting they don't say, and that task force they go for follow up the actions where they say they go for take for we. So it's very important that we stay around for that we listen to waiting and they say. And we they get two moderators today. The first moderator for the first panel discussion now the Deputy Minister of Ministry of Social Welfare. Haji Keller, now in the camp for moderate down there. Then after when they done that first session, we they get the last session when the former Minister of Social Welfare and when the presidential advisor now on social welfare and inclusion, now in the camp moderate that program until we know say instead of their wealth of experience, but also now the field. So I encourage you all for let us sit down, let us listen. After all of that day now, would they cancel with merriment proper? There is going to be enough food and enough drinks. This first phase when they get so now una breakfast whatever. After that day, when the session all done, we get all the service for una. So una relax today now we ain't there for enjoy. Yeah? Now with Christmas I begin so. You know wonderful? So at this juncture, I want for let put two hands together for we chairperson. Una let clap for him. He don't do extremely well for share this occasion up to this point. Una let clap for him. Thank you very much, madam. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay.
Much video, not even. One minute for you. Send this. If you able to go to Excellency, Madam, disabled and they right now we don't have a good talent. Make good things there. But out. Look all of these things.
It's fine, eh? Cook that. Not on it, on it. Pull your person's development association.
This is from the National Disabilities Organization. We dedicated from the government of Ghana, especially to the Minister of Social Welfare. Remember, this is the responsibility.